Am I streaming now? I think it didn't start the stream before, or it stopped it potentially. So I've been talking to myself for what, like 45 minutes? Yeah, I mean, professional streamer right here. What can I say? That
Yeah.
also explains why I didn't, because since I can't dock the chat window, as soon as I switch over to the game, it hides the chat window. Like since it's some kind of modal, it just disappears, which means that I can't actually see the chat while I'm playing, which it's not really ideal if you want to be able to answer someone if they write in the chat. So I tried opening my page on YouTube Studio where it should show me the live stream, but I didn't see the live stream. And might have been because it didn't actually start the live stream, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, now I have it.
Very telling.
I can see it. Which means I should be able to information, analytics. I think this one maybe? Viewing control room. Is this it? Yes. Okay. Great. So now at least I think, yeah, now I have a chat that I can actually see. So that's good. Let's just hope that everything else works as expected. Hey, am I my own viewer, or is there anyone else viewing the stream? Did you join?
Nope.
Okay, well, it says one viewer, and I'm assuming it wouldn't count me as a viewer.
Either that or a programmer had to cut down some features for the sprint to finish.
Yeah, well, it wasn't me because now it says 0, and if it was me, it would still say 1. So, what should we do today?
I have absolutely no idea.
You have no idea, you say. Let me jump into FreeCam and get an overview again. So I did drain the lake, and I did drain the piece of the swamp to the left of the witch farm, or to the north of the witch farm, I guess is better, because you can't see which direction I'm facing. But if you look in FreeCam and you like move fairly high up above your house, your old house, you can see that we have the beginnings of a pretty substantial rectangle marked out, right? It's from like the island in the middle of the first sand wall that we worked on last week, then following the new sand wall next to the swamp where I drained a lot, and then across all of your stuff. And what I would like to do is basically connect it from about where your bridge starts, make another wall out towards your fish farm, and then cut that corner and go back so you hit that little tiny beach that's on the south side of the swamp.
I see.
But if we do that, if we go that route, that means we also need to move all of your stuff, or at least everything that you want to keep.
I don't particularly mind. I think we have just a few chests of
Yeah,
mine things, right? So it shouldn't be too big of a deal.
oh, it's
Um,
if you want to move something like some of the structures somewhere else to keep them, or all of your chuckles.
yeah, my chickens. I don't know. I don't mind. And yeah, unfortunately, Paul is not playing too much anymore, so we can rebuild it in our new house. I have no problem with that. Even
Yeah.
though probably too close to the house. I don't want to hear chickens all the time.
Oh yeah. I can see why you wouldn't. So, if you take a shulker of sand, We have lots now, because every time I started with 2 when we started this. We're up to 5+ right now, like 5 and 1 more row, because every
Yeah, I just
time we have
added.
drained, I've picked up all of the sand from the sea bottom.
Yeah. So how do you have experience with this? How many shulkers does it take to make a wall like that?
I don't know. It depends on how deep it is. I will start with 1, and if I need more, I'll just go get another one.
Yeah.
I figured
Okay.
if I start from the beach and you start from the bridge head, and you go south and I'll go west, and then we'll no east, sorry, and then we'll meet, right?
Okay.
Let me just sleep, because now we have drained a lot of places where it's not lit up, so so we get spawns and spawns if you don't. Ugh. Good week otherwise.
I think so. I'm a bit too stressed, and I'm letting work get to me, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Well, I have a seriously crappy week focus wise. I think it's, I
Yeah.
mean, I only have 1 week, like next week is the last week, and we still haven't really decided internally where to resource me next. I have a few consultancy gigs that I could pick up, but I don't really want to right now. I would much rather work on our internal stuff. And Hannes wants me to help him with the new customer project that we are getting, which, I mean, I will from an architectural point of view at least, but I'm not too keen on like doing most of the development there. I want to do some because it's Hanami 2, which we haven't used, and it's brand new, so it's probably not even going to be like version 1 when we start. We're kind of hoping that it will be version 1 before we launch, but you never know. So the learning experience part of that would be interesting to do, but I don't know how much I want to do it. I've talked to him this week and basically said that I don't feel that I can spend all my time doing that project, because I can see how much worse I feel now than before, and I really don't want to go back to the seriously burned out stage again. It sucked. So hopefully we can do like 2 days on that project, and the rest of the time I can do our stuff, which is really interesting. I've started writing down a lot of the things that we have been talking about. You talked about DAL-E 2 last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had seen it. I checked it this week. I also realized that I'm on the waiting list for the API, so we'll see. But when we do get it, I want to use that because it's an excellent way for us to create, the random stock photo, filler image style things that customers need all the time. We don't have to go to a stock photo site to buy it. Can just use DALL-E and tell it what to draw for us and pick one. So
Yeah.
that'll be pretty awesome to have access to. And we also want to add something else to that, where there are these super size machine learning stuff, that can upsample images. So you have something
Mhm.
of a pretty low quality and you give it to them and they do upsampling. I think they showed one example of that with DALL-E 2, where they have like a 64 by 64 image and basically pulls it into HD, and it looks pretty amazing actually. So not necessarily using DALL-E 2, because there are several that can do this pretty well. And I would like to get someone to do an X job for us, or some kind of university student to come in and set up one of the open source available ones for us to use on our internal network. Basically train it for the super sampling stuff, and then we can use it. I think it's probably a pretty good X job for someone to do. That's like having machine learning focus in university.
Yeah.
So we'll probably try to get some like specifications, I guess, or job ads for that put together as well, and hope we can get someone to come in and do some of those things. There are other AI things that I would actually mostly computer vision things. There are lots of AI supported computer vision things that I would like to do, that I would like someone to come and set up so we can use it, because I just don't have the time to learn how to do that myself. And I don't, since I'm not going to do it as my job, I don't really have the inclination to spend that time either just to get it set up. It's a bit like with the infrastructure part. I kind of like to know how it works with the Kubernetes and stuff, and I can do it. It's just that I don't really enjoy doing it, so I'd much rather just pay Oriole to do it for us.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I at some points of my life, I feel like I'd probably be a better DevOps person. It seems so much easier. Just configure stuff, and then you know, if you're good, then you can automate a lot of it, and you can make it smart and make it figure
Resilient,
like,
hopefully.
yeah. Well, Brazilian part Kubernetes took most of it, right? Like now it's
Sure.
people don't even need to think too much about it. I remember like just today, like this week, we had to like launch something where they bought some enterprise software and they had to host it, right? And they basically provided a Kubernetes Helm project. I don't remember the names, but yeah, like a Helm thing.
Yeah.
And they just configured it and it's working like with SSL, with certificates, with like all the jazz, just running everything, right? And then I was thinking about this like the other day. Oh my god, if I had to do this like years ago, imagine like setting up SSL certificates from a service from a
Yeah.
third party provider, and setting up renewals, and writing
Yeah.
scripts for everything, and
Doing
voting.
Ansible, in best case, doing Ansible or Chef.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, man, it's so easy now. It's like by default you just get everything. It's
Yeah, I
so
kind of
good.
agree. Kubernetes and like that vein of infrastructure automation is amazing. I still wouldn't like to be an ops person though, because if something hits the fan, and you know it's going to sooner or later, you're the one that's gonna have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Like your
Nah,
your your weekend is gonna be the weekend that gets ruined.
nah, that's an SRE, man. Like the DevOps people don't do that. Depends on the size of the company, of course, right? If you're a small company, then you do everything as always. But if you're big enough, the people that actually make the smart infrastructure are not the ones that monitor it and wake up at 3 in the morning.
That sounds good then. I can do all of the simple interesting things, and they can deal with all of the emergencies that I didn't think of when I set it up.
Yeah.
I also need to add some monitoring and reporting stuff to our infrastructure. We don't have, yeah, I mean we do because we're on GPC, right? So it has built-in reporting, but we haven't really set up anything that is usable. And just use it for analytics after the fact or during the fact, maybe. When
Yeah.
something happens, you use it to find out what went wrong. But we don't really have any proactivity on that area at all. We really would need to add something like Prometheus. And also, I don't like Grafana. I know I saw another dashboard thing years ago that looked really promising. It wasn't really V1 yet then, but it should be now. I think that's me, yeah. I did my part. You're gonna hit my wall, so you know when to stop. Yeah, so I would like to use that. I know everyone else uses Grafana, and I can't really figure out why. I don't think it's that great.
I think people don't really think about it. They just look at what's being used and they do it. You know, it's like even Prometheus, like Nagios existed way before than that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's honestly not too bad. I've used it before and it's good. So it's like, what's the new thing? And I don't blame people. My my manager right now is actually a very good person. And then I was talking to him, and he said, like, look, one of the things that I have always put on myself as a personal thing is that you should be learning where you're working, right? If you're working and you're not learning, then you're just getting a paycheck, right? And by definition of capitalism, literally, you are on the worst end of the deal.
Yeah.
You are generating more value than you are getting paid for. So you have to compensate that by at least learning, because then at least in the future you will have, something new, something more to build. And I think a lot of people just take that to heart, right? Like, you really, oh, there's this new technology. Let's try that out. Let's make it happen. And I was really fortunate, I suppose, in many ways, to have had the opportunity to do this, like on previous companies. Like on my first company, where they were very bad. I think I mentioned to you, like, that I
Yeah.
had to do, I could do Android and I could learn Ruby on Rails, and I even dabbled into some iOS and all that stuff. Like, you only do that if you have the environment, right? If you're just hired to ship whatever is on the backlog for a big corporation or whatever, you're probably not going to learn a lot, right? You're just going to be expected to do what you've already done, with experiences that you already have, with tools you've already used, with languages you've already known,
Yeah,
right?
that's why I don't like the employee style, right? Because if I have, and I mean, this comes down to economics, finally, that if you have an employee, say me then, and I've been working on System X for a number of years, or just months, doesn't really have to be years, then for my employer, I am a lot more valuable working on that system, right? Because I know it very well. We need to space walls about leave 6 blocks, and then start another wall across.
Just a second.
Sure.
It's, I think it's broken then. Because it says 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
it's green.
Ah, yes, it's broken.
Yeah, look,
Mm-hmm.
it's all. I think it might be, like, if we scrape it off, it might work, but I don't know. Damn it. Yeah, my wife bought some, like, cabinets,
Yeah.
and we need to assemble them. And I'm not.
Is it IKEA? I can help you.
No, we don't have IKEAs here. I hate that.
Really?
Like, I've
They
never
haven't
seen.
come to Brazil?
Nope, they
Oh,
hate us. They're
wow.
racists.
I mean, yeah, exactly. They're even in Russia. I mean, come on. I guess that's because they have to have Russian contacts so they can import the sheep wood from the Chernobyl forests, right?
Yeah.
But I guess that's Ukraine. But it used to be the Soviet Union. Yeah, because I know IKEA closed down their Russian stores given the recent events, let's say.
Yeah. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, and my wife like took the how do you call it? The thing you put screws with, like
The
All the,
screwdriver.
all the...
yeah, no, not yeah, but it's the screwdriver, but automatic. You know, the
Yeah, yeah.
electric screwdriver. I don't know if that's the name. And she, charged the thing for 24 hours, and then
Wow.
it's not turning on. Then I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Then I looked at the connectors, and they're all like rusted, like green, because you can imagine we use them a lot,
Scotch
right?
Brite. Yeah. Well, I
So
mean, I used mine today as well because I did some changes, and it was rusted, not of disuse, but because kill children. Like they don't
uh,
really take them inside when they're done.
yeah, it's humid here, and it happens. But I told her I think if we scrape it off, it
Should be
might
okay. Yeah.
work again. Yeah.
Ah, what now? Yeah, 1. No, 2. Stupid kelp. If you have a kelp plant underneath,
Oh,
it will break the blocks, so it will never, no sand will land.
oh, damn it! It's a sand killer.
Yeah, and I did swim my lane to make sure I didn't have any, and I broke the ones that were there, but obviously I missed one. I had like the stem still there, 2 blocks of kelp sticking up. I figured like you drop 20 blocks and it's like it's not that deep here. The last pillar wasn't that deep.
Yeah.
I want to make a mod. Well, I mean, I want to make many mods, but I don't really have time. But I have one that I really want to do. I probably just want to add it to Tweakeroo, to be honest, because it's more of a tweak fitting in their tweak menu. I actually looked for it in Tweakeroo before I decided I wanted to make it myself. But it's the shift sneak to the edge of a block. The thing that we talked about last time, I think, that if you shift sneak to the end of a block and then you place sand next to it, for a split second, the new sand block is a solid block, right? When you place it, it counts as a solid block. I hear a screwdriver. I guess it worked.
Yes, it worked.
Great success. Yeah, and then depending on, I think it is directional, as in which north, south, east, west direction you're doing this. But in some directions, you definitely run the risk of your center of mass is right on the edge of the block when you do this. And for some reason, sometimes when you place the next block, the game shifts you over to that block instead. So
Yes.
you're not standing on the solid block anymore. You're standing on the block that started falling, and then like you you fall down into the water, which is super annoying.
Yeah, I've had it happen to me here so many times already. I started to not go to the edge and actually,
Yeah, I know. I also like press back until it stops and then press forward just to move slightly away from the edge. But that's all you had to do, right? If you have a sneak mod for this or a tweak, you could just make it stop 0.000001 pixels closer, right? And then it wouldn't happen because it wouldn't shift at some breakpoint. It wouldn't shift your center over to the new block ever, right? And it would be very close to the edge anyway.
yeah,
So I think that would be a reasonably easy thing to add, hopefully. And maybe I can add it to Tweakeroo and open a PR, because that would be amazing to be able to turn that on. When you're doing
yeah.
things like this, it's annoying as hell.
I don't like the fact that I can't hold right click.
That you can't hold.
Yeah,
Ah,
the right click to place the sand.
come on. Why can't you hold right click to place sand?
Yeah, it doesn't.
I can. I do it all the time.
Is it because of my shield, maybe?
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
have a shield in your offhand.
Stupid shield.
Yep.
Perfect. No,
I was thinking like that should work definitely. Where's the sun? It's behind the islands. Just making sure that we don't miss sleeping. It's very annoying when the creepers blow up your sand walls.
So yeah, we'll have today to take some time to assemble that furniture, and I completely suck at it. Hopefully they have instructions.
See, it's because you didn't grow up with IKEA that trains you to become really good at putting together furniture.
Exactly, and it's a useful life skill, like playing games like I have, a lot of
Yeah.
knowledge of.
All you have to do is become a successful streamer and make your millions that way instead.
Yeah. Then I can crash planes to get views.
Crash
Have you
planes?
seen that?
No.
A guy got his pilot's license suspended because he literally took a plane and rigged it with a bunch of cameras and shit, and then pretended to have an engine failure, and then jumped off of the airplane with a parachute.
Yeah, that seems like the right thing to do.
And I mean, he had millions and millions of views when this hit the newspapers. Now it's probably going to get even more millions, right? So assuming like a small plane will cost, I don't know, $200,000-$300,000, if he makes millions out of it, who cares?
Yeah, that's
Right?
fine, right? I mean,
It's
Mr. Beast is doing that constantly. I mean, he's throwing away money to make money. It's that you have to spend money to make money.
So yeah, but that's fucking dangerous, right? Like he literally let the plane crash at a random place,
Yeah,
everybody
hopefully he at least made sure it was like uninhabited or something, but given what kind of people do these things, probably not.
So it looked like, I didn't see the video because by principle, I didn't want to give him the view.
Yep.
But I like from the pictures on the article I read, was a pretty deserted place. It doesn't matter, right? Like it
No,
said
I mean,
that it was really like suspicious, like he had a failure, and then he didn't try literally anything, and then he was suspiciously already with the parachute on,
and also with
everything.
all of the cameras.
Yeah, all of the cameras set up, everything ready, and then it was like, oh shit, I have to go, and then jumped off. Like what? I was like on Hacker News, a lot of nerds about this saying exactly like, what? Maybe as a normal person you would fall for that, but as anybody that has ever flown a plane, that was insane, right? It's like, what? You would never do that.
It says the stream's current transfer rate of basically 5,000 kilobits per second is higher than what we recommend. Sorry, I just have to read the rest of this. So YouTube is basically complaining that I'm streaming at too high a bitrate.
Yeah. Interesting.
We recommend, they recommend a transfer rate of 4,500 kps for the stream. So I mean, it's 500 kilobits, or actually it's 4917. They say, so it's basically 400 kilobits too much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will definitely correct my settings for next week. It will make a major difference, I guess, for someone. Hopefully.
Dolphin. Get out of here, Dolphin.
Oh no, not another dolphin. poor dolphin. Let's just fly away with these spawns.
Yeah, this spawning is not the same as killing.
No, I mean, at least we didn't kill it. The game killed it. You can't be held responsible for that.
Yes. Goodbye. Go away. Go away.
Be free.
Yeah,
Free
literally.
Willy.
Oh no. Get out of here. No, no, no.
Well, I guess Willy's a orca, right? Not a dolphin.
Literally a killer whale.
Yeah. I just realized it's not really the
Oh,
same.
damn you. Like on the last block. Get out here. Get out, get out, get out.
Yes, it's outside. Well, I guess it's not outside. It's inside, but it's...
Yeah, it's not on this
It's
one.
on my side now. We had some bank trouble this Friday, which was great because we only shop once a week for several reasons, but we live quite far away from the store anyway, so why not just minimize travel time and stuff. And also petrol is super expensive right now, so you don't really want to drive if you don't have to. So we had planned for Malin to go shopping Friday when we get the money from the salary. But then when she tried to check if the money had arrived on the account, she couldn't log into the bank because it had some kind of technical issue. And it ended up with their technical issues going on so long into the day yesterday that the transfer never finished. So we are not getting the money until Monday. Hopefully, at least Monday. Super annoying.
Damn. Yeah, here I have the problem with just how long it takes to reach here.
How long it takes to?
Yeah, to reach Brazil. Like I get paid, maybe on the third, fourth day of the month, and then they take some days to actually get to TransferWise, and then I move it from TransferWise to Brazil, and then it's like always the same bullshit. Like this transfer is more than X, and then we need to verify this.
Yeah,
then
please prove that you're not laundering money.
Yeah, and then it's like it take a couple of days just for them to realize like that my transfer will not be a typical one, which is stupid because they should know literally the second I click transfer, right? They should already ask me to attach any documents that they need, but they don't. And then it's like a real person has to look that up and say, hey, we need your invoice to prove that you are not, smuggling money.
I hate the KYC rules. Which is the ones that they have to know who you are and you have to prove where the money is from and blah blah blah. And it's not that I really mind per se, but it's just that they do it to stop money laundering, right? That's ostensibly that's why they're doing it. But when you look at money laundering, it's not people like me and you that launder money, and the people that do launder money, they are not stopped by KYC because they have like the gold, platinum, extra deluxe relationship with the bank anyway. So they don't get asked any questions for their billions of dollars that they're laundering across country borders, right? But you want to get your salary paid out in Brazil, it's like, hey, are you stealing money from the rich West? Let's stop him.
Exactly.
It's so stupid.
I hate it. And then it takes a while. And as far as I know, it's probably like TransferWise is way better than the traditional bank because I've tried that before, and it's even slower and more expensive. But I think it's actually still way too expensive. Like I think I pay, I don't know, lots of. It's a big percentage of it just to transfer it. So it really sucks.
Get paid in crypto and convert it locally. And I'm not even kidding, so.
Yeah, they don't do that. And I do know that my CEO is like very against crypto.
But I mean, this is a perfect example of where crypto is better than the existing systems, right? Because the existing systems have no incentives to change this. Like they don't mind it taking a couple of days, because the days that they have your money in custody are basically days when they can earn interest on that money. And also the fees, right? Like, why would they lower their fees? You don't have an alternative anyway. So
Yeah, there are some people that really try to do that. Especially, I have some friends there that are from Argentina, and they have hyperinflation, right? A lot of inflation. So they basically say either you receive money from crypto or you move out of Argentina, right? It's just, there's no other way. There's my manager, the one I just told you, like he lives in Uruguay because of that. He is from Argentina, but he's like, yeah, if I'm gonna receive money in dollars, I need to get out of Argentina.
I know El Salvador made a Bitcoin legal tender officially not too long ago. Well, I guess it's a year ago actually, because they did it on last year's Bitcoin conference, if I remember correctly. But that's kind of cool, and a lot of people expected more countries to follow this year. But apparently no one came with the big announcement that they were doing it. But I can see why. Like, if you're a small-ish South American country, you don't really want to be a slave under the dollar if you can avoid it, right? Like, it's why would you give another country that kind of leverage over your economy if you don't have to? So it makes sense, and probably we'll see more and more countries doing this as we move into the future, when crypto is less of a mystical, magical black box for people and more just another way of moving stuff. Oh, I'll sleep. Well, I'll sleep soon when I can sleep, apparently. I should start recording myself locally as well, or maybe I should solve my frame drops first, but after that. Well, now when I'm standing here looking at the bed, I have like 50, 55, 57, 55, 46. Well, around 50 at least, 50, 55 FPS. And that's completely reasonable. Like, I can play with that. But then you fly and you turn, and I guess it's when it's having to load chunks or something, then the frames drop to literally 0. Like, you have 0 point something frames per second, which makes it very hard to land.
Dude, how do you have such low frame rates?
You mean normal, the 50X?
Yeah, like
Well,
this.
I have a MacBook Pro, man. I don't have a gaming rig.
MacBooks. Ah, you damn Apple users. You're paying for your mistakes.
You could see it that way, I guess. I like it, but I mean, if I'm going to keep doing this, which I mean, I wanna, so then I would probably get an external graphics card for it, so I could get some better frames, basically, because you can have an external cabinet with a graphics card. I guess I would have to get an NVIDIA graphics card then. Oh, I'm out of sand. That sucks.
I have.
How much?
Here I have a lot.
A lot? Gimme. Oh, that's not a lot. I'll take almost everything.
Then let me take the rest of it. Move it all. Well, there's not too much.
But I mean, up until now, when I play and do not record, I have, what do I have, like 80-ish. So it's not really an issue. It's fast enough. I know it's not the 200 FPS that all of the gamers say you need to be able to play anything ever. But it is definitely enough for normal, casual Minecraft gameplay. So it's not really been an issue. It's just that for some reason now it's eating all of the frames.
Yeah. Like I had the issues with Counter-Strike, and right now I have 144 FPS here.
Yeah.
I cap it to the monitor frame rate. And yeah, like on those games maybe there's a difference. Not really.
Well, I mean, I can see the argument for having like, wow, just murdering myself by losing the grip when I'm trying to jump. I can see trying, like, if you have a monitor that has a refresh rate of like 120 megahertz, for example, or hertz, sorry, which is it? It's hertz, right?
Yeah, it's hers.
Then I can understand that you would like a graphics card that's able to keep up, right? You want to be able to keep your 120 frames per second, ideally, so that you get a fresh frame every redraw of the screen, which I guess technically isn't true, because most screens that do 128 or 120 refreshes a second only refresh like half the lines each time or something like that. So they don't really do a full screen redraw. But anyway, and then I do realize that if you want to have 120 FPS worst case, that will end up with you having a lot more FPS in the average case. So sure. But I don't buy the argument. I mean, if your graphics card can't show you the frames anyway, like then it's pointless. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if you can do 200 FPS and you have 120 frames on your monitor, because that's all you're gonna get. Everything else is psychosomatic, right?
Exactly. The whole thing is 99% of the time, right? When you're talking about a pro level gamer, you know, like if you're actually playing like Counter-Strike and you do see the person fraction of a second before the other one, then those margins might make sense for a professional setting, right? Those are, you know, everybody there is just crazy fast. So if you have just a few frames at a second that you see them before they see you will, you know, prevail or increase your chances of it.
But I mean, the human response time for visual input until you're even aware that it happened, it's like 200 to 250 milliseconds. It's like a quarter of a second.
Yeah, still, but for them it's going to be that plus this time, right? So there is a slight, very microscopical advantage. But you are not a fucking professional CSGO player, you know?
I'm not.
You don't need that. So it's like, it's just the goddamn... Yeah, it's just the goddamn marketing, right? Like, you're a gamer, right? Get a gamer. Before I become a gamer, I have to get my gamer chair and my gamer monitor. And
yeah,
my gamer,
it's the everything is a material sport thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, the majority of these pro players, like, they actually play with garbage resolution. I need my sponge.
Yeah, here are your sponges. They increased by 1, I think, maybe.
Is that interest? Sponge interest.
Yeah, I found a few more sponges when I cleared the lake, because I had started trying to clear that before without building anything, which went about as well as you can imagine. But those sponges were still there, so I found those.
Oh, I forgot.
You forgot. Yeah, that's a great tool to have.
I was like, oh crap, why do I have a hole with me? I don't know.
Oh, you had it and then you put it away?
Yeah, I put it away like before we started putting sand. So.
Yeah.
I guess
Two
in that
mistakes
sense,
there.
it's okay. It's silky. Yes, it's silky.
Oh, come on.
So,
Jump.
sponges.
Oh, we can get some diamonds.
Oh, there are some clay.
Yeah, exactly. You remember.
Yeah. I already cleaned everything. You're fast, man.
And clever. If you have like a few, like here, look. These are already wet sponges. But since they're full blocks, you'll remove like single water sources using them anyway. That's a tip if you want to remove just 1 or 2 blocks of water.
I just stole this one.
I actually think I mined this swamp for diamonds when we started the server.
You regenerated it, right?
Yeah, and then exactly, and then it got regenerated when we upgraded to the version that came out just after that. So I've actually already taken the diamonds once. It's a renewable diamonds. All you have to do is regenerate the chunks. They do that, you know, I watch Hermit Crafts. They do that there, apparently, in the end, because they do a lot of end raiding, and there are so many of them that for not having to fly, you know, 10,000 blocks each time you want a new Elytra, they basically regenerate the end occasionally. And recently when they did that, something went wrong. So what happened was that the end chunks didn't get generated in the end, they got generated in the nether. So they had like end islands in the nether. That's hilarious. Wow. Let me tell you another thing that's not easy with frame drops. Placing these stupid sponges.
Yeah. I can imagine. Oh, what's hitting me? Oh, there's a drown.
Is it a drown? Or
Yeah,
is it a pufferfish?
No, it's drowned.
Cool.
I can't. I'm not that good at vision, man, but I can differentiate a pufferfish and a drown.
Well, I mean, there could have been a drown, but the pufferfish was the thing that was hurting you, right? That was my thought.
I'll kill you with my hoe. It'll take a lot. I will kill you. Come on, don't you die?
Someone needs to sleep. Sleep. Ugh. I mean, you kind of get skilled at playing without seeing anything. Did you get a trident?
No, I still haven't killed him.
Did he have a trident?
I don't know, what gives more damage? Like a pickaxe, a hoe, or a shovel?
I think they do the same damage, actually. If you had an axe, that would do a lot more damage.
Yeah, I don't. I put it away because I didn't think I was gonna fight things. Okay, you're dead. Finally. No. Unfortunately, I didn't get a trident. I never got a trident in my life.
Oh, I will get you one. Game still wants to do the trident farm, so I guess we will as soon as I feel like spending a couple of days building one with him.
Oh, crap.
59. God damn it. Come here, spongy. Oh, I see you. Great, thanks. I always have to check, like, how many do I bring into the end? How many do I get back from the end?
Yeah.
Oh, that's painful. Can I do... why are you here? Carpets? What's the thing for doing that? Or is it log? Maybe it's log.
Ooh, now I remember how much I suck at this.
Oops. Milliseconds per tick. Okay, so it's definitely client side. What's the command for checking the lag? I know there
Ping?
is one. Sorry?
Ping something?
Is it tick health? Yeah, tick health. No, Carpet has a feature where you can have it analyze what's taking up things. Average tick time 12.9 overworld. Blocks. Have fair amount of lag from entities, which are things like minecarts, chickens, villagers, stuff like that. But it still doesn't give me. I know there is one that you can do for the frames as well, like local client rendering, but maybe that's not Carpet when I think about it. Maybe it's something else. I will have to look into it. It would be interesting to see why it's dropping so many frames.
Yeah. Well, I think Minecraft is not really CPU bound in general. It's probably just a graphics card, unfortunately.
I mean, for me.
Yeah.
The question is, why is the OBS capture basically killing it?
Oh well, that's what OBS is built for.
Stop being so negative. I mean, I have screen flow as well, which is also a like a full screen recording software, although it is not open source, so you know, more money, but it doesn't really affect the frame rates at all.
Do you use the source as the entire screen, or do you actually use the game as source?
I think I use something. Let me check.
Yes.
I'm not gonna guess.
Because I know that a big difference on my attempt is because of that. It's like CS:GO does not let you select the source as the game directly, so the OBS can hook directly to the game.
Yeah, I'm using Minecraft, like the Java instance for capture, but I can't choose full screen capture. Which would you think is better?
Oh, it's definitely the one you're using then.
Oh, okay.
Like full screen capture is normally the issue. This is why I was what I was saying is that on CS:GO, because they don't allow you to choose the actual app as a source, then you have to do full screen capture. So it's way more heavy on the system. So yeah, where do we need to go? Oh, yes, it's back to here.
I'll be with you shortly. Why do people put the delete/remove option in the middle of right-click menus?
I don't know. I don't think people really think about it. I think that's the only real answer. Oh come on, one sponge.
Because is it just me, or do you also like it when you can have the delete option at the bottom?
Absolutely, because then you have a predictable way.
What?
Maybe it's my internet. Yeah, it's just my internet.
See? Single source again. Ah, come on. Placed it one block off. I noticed that I didn't have the pause screen. I made a screen for it, or like the graphics for it, but for some reason I hadn't added it to OBS, and we are getting close to when I will have to pee the dogs. Oh, Jesus. I really should screen capture on my side just to show you the atrocious frame rates.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice.
tough. I am yet to be like, maybe one day I will stop being such a poor, cheap bastard and buy a real, like, top of the line graphics card so I can
But you
actually.
can't right now. It's like all of the crypto bros are buying the good graphics cards to mine whatever the new hotness is.
Yeah, I know, but still. Good.
And Nvidia did something, right? They tried to do something with their drivers, so you weren't supposed to be able to efficiently mine crypto or something. They tried to make their cards not interesting to crypto miners, if I understand it correctly. And it took all of like a day, I think, before someone had an alternate BIOS on GitHub.
I mean, it's kind of pointless, right? I think we did it one. Is this the same size as it was on the other?
No, I think we might have had 5 before. But
yeah, because a lot worse now. Like I keep having like the middle thing having something.
You need to hit both sides in very quick succession when you do it like this.
Yeah, still doesn't matter. Like sometimes it seems to just the middle one.
I used 6 when I did the ocean monument because you do so many. I didn't like it's placing all of the sand when it's 40-ish blocks to the bottom. It takes so long that you really want to minimize the amount of walls you have to build. So I experimented, and 6 is reasonable. You can do it. 7 is painful. Like doing 7, that gives you. It's really hard not to get water left in the middle when you have 7. So I basically standardized on my 6.
Yeah. And my wife is trying to build the thing alone.
Sorry?
My wife's trying to build the furniture alone.
Lots of swearing yet, or?
No, she will not do it. So be very quiet. Preparada? Of course. We bought 2 exactly because we wanted to have them mirrored on our bedroom. And now she said it's actually one of them came broken.
Great.
So, return.
Yeah, that's always fun. I did an evil thing with IKEA. They have like a corner where they sell damaged products. Not lots of damage, but you know, scuffs and stuff. Things that you don't want to pay full price for, and it can be either if they have been damaged in shipping or unloading, etc., or if it's just someone who bought it and then returned it with some marks. But anyway, I bought a shelf. Actually, it's the one that's behind me in my office, which you can't see. And that shelf has 2 packets. Like one is the box surrounding it, and one is the shelves themselves. It's one of those where you have lots of small square holes, basically.
Yeah.
So they had 2 of those in the bargain bin, and one of them had a damaged packet for the frame, and one of them had a damaged packet for the shelves. But they both had the like discount on the main packet, the one with the frame in it. So I took the 2 whole ones. So I paid bargain price for basically a completely non-damaged shelf, and someone else paid the same and got a slightly more damaged shelf than they would have otherwise. I was a student, you know. You're poor.
Yeah, and honestly, like, they're never gonna be feeling any of that ever. I have no mercy for gigantic corporations. They're literally destroying the world to get a profit, and they don't fucking care. We do, for whatever reason. We still have a conscience.
I mean, the plus is... come on. Wings, please, wings. Jumping off the ledge and the wings don't extend. I mean, I've used it a lot. We have moved with it 3 times, I think. So, and it's still here. I'm taking it down and put it up like 4 or 5 times. So it's not like I didn't get a lot of use out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's actually impressive, man, because, you know, furniture here is just garbage.
Is it because it's made by Brazilians?
I don't know, actually. I think they probably, if I'm gonna guess, they probably import most of it because it's cheaper, right? Just everything from China is cheaper, so they just do that. And quality is always the last thing they care about. But I could be wrong. But just, brave Brazilian souls making very, very bad furniture.
Seriously? What's with the water? Maybe I'm placing my sponges too low. Wow, that was enough.
I think the water is like very much harder to deal with.
Well, I think it's fine in itself. It's just that my frame drops means I misplace like every second sponge, so I don't get the clearing I should from them.
Yeah.
I also get the weird feeling that the client side is either not displaying the water disappearing as it, because I'm placing a sponge and it's basically just removing 1 or 2 blocks of water. It's not removing nearly as much as I would expect it to, and I don't really know why. If that's just client side artifacts due to the low frame rate, which is the more likely, or just really poor luck with the RNG.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, clearing water is quite boring.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have company at least. Makes it a lot better.
Yeah.
I did the entire ocean monument alone because the kids never want to help with those things because it's boring. They want to have fun. So that was
Who
not.
taught them that?
Sorry,
What kind of parent teaches them that?
that they want to have fun.
Exactly. It's all on you.
Yeah, probably. Well, I want to have
This
fun
is-
too.
This is how parents were in the past, right? Children were just chore machines.
Yeah, those were the good old days.
We,
Yeah.
the only time we took advantage of that with my kid was playing. We played some Ragnarok at the time.
Uh-huh.
An RPG, and he was like he loved to just kill things, you know, just farm basically. So we could just leave him there, and he almost got banned a few times because the GMs thought they were a bot, you know.
So it was the like manga style MMORPG Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I played it too in beta actually.
So that was one time where I can say, yeah, we took advantage, let's say, of my kid. But he was having a lot of fun, so it's not really that bad.
I don't know if they solved the server issues later, but during beta they were quite overpopulated on the beta server, let's say. So when you tried to farm for anything, you basically had to wait because everyone was camping the same things.
Yeah, that's very good design.
Yeah, I mean, it took World of Warcraft like 10 years plus to solve that problem, so...
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I think it's sometimes even counterintuitive, because by solving so many of these problems, it becomes too commoditized. You know, like,
yeah,
you don't really have any challenges anymore. You just go through the motions, and you queue for this.
World of Warcraft is a good example, right? When we did our characters to 40, it was insanely more difficult to get to 40 than it is to get to 100 now.
Yeah. Let me me go to sleep.
No, I'm sleeping. It's fine. I just came back from the nether. Yay, I'm flying. Okay, so the one you're working on and then one more.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No, it's fine.
Compared to the other one, that one seemed endless. I don't know. Might be just because I got better at it, but
I think so.
it really looked like an endless effort. Oh!
Are you finding more puffer fish or?
No, it just fell.
Why am I hearing portal sounds?
Because I am going to the nether.
Ah, it was yours. Sounded like it was mine. I was like, there aren't even any portals around here. It's like playing a slideshow. Come on. It's really hard.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. Oh, come on.
I'm one of those people, you know, when you play racing games, for example, on console or fighting games, I'm the one that always move around a lot, like fight with my controller. And I have the same problem now when I'm trying to reach the sponges on the side. I'm kind of leaning left and right in my chair trying to reach them.
Yeah.
I guess it's good. It's exercise as well.
Yeah. I can't say I've never done it too, so well, no judgment here.
I'm fine with some judgment. It's okay. Oops. Was that you or me? I heard a pufferfish inflate.
I don't know. I haven't seen any, so
No.
I'm
Oh, I
guessing.
see one. Come here, you little... You. Yes, got it. Without it even inflating. Must be some kind of bonus for that. Yeah, we should probably raid a few more ocean monuments.
Yeah, we need like an infinite amount of sponges.
Yeah, I mean, having, you know, a couple of stacks each at least, like 3-4 stacks, that would make things easier.
Yeah.
It
you
would be
just
good if
go-
you could clear one of these trenches completely without having to go dry something off.
Yeah. Come on. What? Is this not wet sponge? Okay.
59, still missing one. Have to go swimming. Ah, I see it.
Fun fact: if you get a sponge and you break the sponge and it falls on water, it does not become a wet sponge.
Hold on a second. Yes, the time has come. I need to go take care of the dogs. See you in a little bit. Oh. Hello.
Hey there.
I apparently forgot to... Such a tool. I forgot to put my pause screen thingies on repeat. So it just played through the video loop once and the song once, and then it stopped.
Oh yeah, I saw that it was black. I was gonna mention something, but I...
Yeah, see, it's where the professionalism comes in, right? I'll get there. It's just my
Comes with
second week on the job, right? So, are you tearing down walls or?
Yeah, we're supposed to, right?
Yeah. All the ones that don't have water next to them are fine to tear down.
Can you sleep?
Yes. All right, I was going to test something. Actually, found something out, or I mean, potentially at least. Options send to. Oh, not that one. Display on one. Is it this one now? Someone said that if OBS is on the same desktop as the game, you do not get the frame drops. We shall see. If that works, that would be great, actually. So I said I get more and more sand, so this is an example. I would just take all of the sand around here.
Yeah, makes sense. Already here anyway.
That way you don't have to go loot deserts. For your casual sand needs, at least. Ouch. Interesting. Cool. Well, I mean, it's early days, but I'd say it works, which is super weird. And it also means that every time I wanna change something, no, gotta.
Well, you need hotkeys for that, right? That is what professional streamers do.
Yeah, I know. What I should have is a streamer deck. You know, those like dedicated keypad thingies. Elgato makes them. They have one called the streamer deck, I think, or stream deck.
Yeah.
There is also a free one, which is basically a desktop application where you set up your screens, and then you have your mobile. You use mobile as the actual stream deck display, so you can have the phone next to you when you stream, and then you can use your pre-configured buttons on your phone to control the stream. So that's something I'm looking into, but haven't really finished doing. And from there you can do things like go to and from the pause screen on OBS, etc.
Yeah. I'm going to guess my stupid antivirus is kicking in. Yes, exactly.
I love that. I still remember Norton antivirus kicking in and killing your computer.
Yeah, I was like, what are these frames? What the fuck? And I mean, I get that they want to finish the scan as fast as possible, but wouldn't it be less user hostile to leave at least one core, you know, to regular applications?
What are you
Fucking
gonna
hell,
use your cores for?
it's like 100% on all cores.
Yeah, it's because they've gone from being a paid app to just mining crypto on your computer, right?
Yeah.
I heard something about that. Someone did it. I don't remember who.
But this is the Windows one. This is like Windows.
Ah, okay, it's
And-
Windows Defender.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, I
why,
mean,
but
they've started giving away stuff for free now as well, so they'll soon have to start with the crypto mining, so they can afford it. Have you used anything Windows for years and years?
yeah, well, I used just for games, right? So everything that I can.
But do you
I do.
dual boot into Windows then?
Well, I don't exactly dual boot because I have two hard drives, one with Windows and one with Linux. So I just use the native motherboard boot selection to decide where I boot.
Yeah, well, that's dual booting, even if you're using the motherboard. Like you have two operating systems installed and you boot to one of them, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other options are like virtualization or running in parallel, I guess.
Yeah, and they suck, honestly. Like,
If you have the computer, I mean, I haven't gamed on virtualized Windows, obviously, because why would you? But for everything else, like I use it quite a lot for debugging and stuff. It's fine.
yeah, if it's for development, it works fine. The problem is games, man. They're designed to kill your hardware. So
Yeah, that's true.
there's nothing like it will never be the same, you know.
No.
Like, it could be good, but it will never be the same. And for depending on the game, you don't mind, right? Like I played Factorio both on Windows and Linux, and I was happy with both, right? But when you look at something like Counter-Strike, it is almost as good, but that almost kills it. It's like that slight delay, that slight frame drop that you don't expect that happens on Linux kills it, because then it's like it's good, but it's not as good. And it's not, and the worst part is that that's all drivers, right? It's just because poor Linux drivers don't get any love from anybody.
Well, AMD did a good job for years, but I understand they have stopped.
I think things might start changing with Steam, because
Yeah.
Steam is pushing hard for Linux because of Steam Deck, which is another. I saw a meme about this, exactly with what you described. Like a lot of kids very disappointed after opening presents this Christmas. Like Steam Deck instead of a Stream Deck instead of the Steam Deck.
Okay.
The child just crying, right? Because parents that are not techies won't know the difference, right?
Nope. It sounds like the same.
It's just a letter, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Almost
I mean,
there.
I got the impression that the Steam Deck wasn't doing great, but maybe that's just me. I'm not really in the gaming scene, so to say.
Well, it's, it doesn't matter that it's not perfect. The thing is, it's a very inexpensive computer, right? Like, with the shortage of GPUs, buying a Steam Deck, that it's a fully fledged computer, right? For I don't know what it is, $399, $499, I don't remember. So it's the price of one uh, GPU, a good GPU, right? So you buy the whole computer and it works pretty damn well. So, and it's made for gaming, right? So it comes with access to, but what the fuck? This guy almost gave me a heart attack.
Haha,
I,
it's the wandering lead salesman.
yeah, I literally broke stand and he just came at me, like, hello, would you like some wares?
Buy something. I won't leave until you buy something.
Please, my family's starving. Get out of here. Man, do you need me to kill you? I
Yeah.
don't have my sword, but I will take it just for you.
You should always take the free leads, man. You never know when you're gonna need leads.
I never use one, I'm a Minecraft hoarder at this point. Let me go with lead.
Yeah, but I mean, are you sleeping or should I sleep?
I am.
Okay. We're gonna wrangle mobs later, right, for the museum, and then
But
we're gonna need it.
Does that have, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, can you put a hostile mob on a lead?
Pass. They're not all gonna be hostile. And you want like dolphins for the aquarium, then you need leads. And actually the octopus as well. You can put leads on them, on the squid.
Okay, fair point, fair point. Let me kill you then, lead salesman.
He always discounts the leads if you show him your weapon. Here, take them, he says, and he throws them after you and then leaves without a trace. It's weird.
Come on.
Well, I wouldn't say it fixed the problem. Might be marginally better. Or, it's bias because I want it to be better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Just to finish my train of thought, like, I think Steam Deck might not be doing amazing on US or, places like Europe, probably, like the first world countries. But for people outside of those hubs, having a full computer that basically works for gaming.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the mobile market is bigger than the desktop market, right? And this sits comfortably in the middle of it. It is mobile yet not mobile, right? So it can actually run desktop things that you can't really run efficiently on mobile.
Well,
So
is it running Linux? Some homebrew version of Linux that Valve makes, or what's the OS?
it uses SteamOS, I think, which is a fork, or not exactly a fork. I think it's based on Arch Linux.
Huh. It makes sense. Arc is very configurable, so they could probably use Arc and just, configure it the way they want, and they would have essentially a pre-configured Arc installation, and that's all you need.
Yeah, and they're creating like a library called Proton that basically bridges between games that are built for Windows to run them on Linux.
Did
And they have
did they do Electron? Like, is that an Electron reference?
I don't know, honestly. Maybe they
sounds
like,
too
oh,
close.
there's an Electron. Let's pick something similar. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this Proton thing, it basically works for. Of course, it's a bit of a stretch to say it's great, but like if you take like the top, top 20, top 100 games, they have like 80% compatibility. You know,
Yeah.
so you can play pretty much anything there, and that means you start opening markets that didn't even exist before, and they are pushing for it, and they're gigantic, right? Steam is still the place to have games on your computer. Like, I don't think anybody
No, I
can
mean,
even
I use it too, and I'm not even a gamer, so it's had
yeah
some penetration.
yeah, you can say that, right? It's literally the most used thing ever. I don't know. Steam was just genius, and it was very ahead of its time, honestly. I still remember to this date how painful it was to actually use Steam, because every time you opened it, you would have updates every time, right? And this is like back when ADSL was starting out. So you would download updates and they would take ages, right? It's not like today where everything is obviously you're gonna always update when you open your launcher, right?
Yes. Well, it's not
But
even a choice anymore, right? It just downloads
yeah,
the update.
so Steam started that before it was cool, basically. You know, before anybody even thought about it, they were like, "Yeah, we need to update software very quickly. Doesn't make any sense to wait, or wait for users to actually want to update. Otherwise, they will never get bug fixes, and then new features, and you can't test things out because nobody has updated yet." So basically, they were ahead of its time, and as painful as it was, like it was literally a meme before memes were a thing, right? Like, you open Steam and you just wait. Every time you open Steam, it's like 10-20 minutes downloading.
It's one of
something.
those things people used to do with Windows, right? You got to work, you started your computer, and then you went for coffee.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it could like update in the background while you did other things.
But yeah, I think like Steam still has a monopoly, and a lot of people have thousands of games on Steam. So if you buy something that literally has all of your games there, even if it doesn't have 100% of them running, will have a decent percentage. And that thing runs Linux. Like, you start giving incentives for the companies, right? For the big companies to start caring about it.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a big market, in my opinion. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but that's my my take on it. I really think Linux might start taking off out of it
But
because of
2022 is the year of the Linux desktop.
nah, don't. I
It's
never
like
said that.
it's like with fusion power, you know. It's always next year.
No, don't quote me. Desktop is another thing. It's a very different experience.
Yeah, I was just
But for
joking.
gaming, yeah, I know. But like for gaming, which is the reason many people still just use Windows, is for gaming. Like, we can't lie. It's just that. There are, of course, a few, depending on what your profession is, like Photoshop. you just have to use Photoshop, right? Like, I don't think you can use in this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, whatever can make them pay attention and actually do what they should have been doing already, I guess. For tutors, I need to go mend my shovel.
Oh, I need to mend my diamond hole.
And it's infinitely worse when it's not on the same screen as the thing you're capturing. It's still not great, but it's at least better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna look into that some more later. so weird things.
Yeah, I realized that honestly, if you want to stream for real, you really need to invest on this shit. And I don't know if it's worth it for my side.
You mean invest the time to learn it and figure out what doesn't work and why and all of that?
Yeah, and maybe even on hardware. I know,
No,
for
it's
example,
not a hardware limitation because you can see I can check the numbers for my GPU and CPU and they're not strained, so it's not like you're not hitting a hardware limitation. It's something in software, in
yeah,
OBS probably.
yeah. I know that, for example, the majority of people that stream, for example, CS:GO, they actually have to have two machines. They have one machine streaming and the other one capturing.
Yeah, that is common as well, and I figured that was just, unnecessary. But you can definitely get something like capture card. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah,
You can get a capture card and do it that way. I looked at if you need a capture card, and you don't technically need a capture card, but I guess yes, that would solve the problem because then that machine would be doing all of the streaming and capturing and stuff, and it can't really impact your main rig anyway because it's just recording whatever is on the wire, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And some people claim latency issues, but that's probably CSGO, etc., not really Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there probably is, but I don't think it's too noticeable. It's like, not perfect, but not bad at the same time. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna hobble through on what I have until I decide that this is something I want to do. I mean, preferably it would be something that becomes obvious from uptake, right?
Yeah. It's exactly like it's a bit like a chicken and the egg problem, right? I think not too much because as you said, the majority of the issues is just make it taking some time and figuring them
I
out.
mean, it's fine. It's not the best, but it works. I'm not too worried about it. It's like, as I said, this is Minecraft. It's not Counter-Strike, so you don't really have to have every millisecond counts kind of mentality, right? Of course, it's nice if I don't have massive frame drops, for sure, but on the other hand, I can play with it the way it is now, with the less massive frame drops at least.
Yeah.
Didn't I have more clay here? I thought I saw another clay patch. I did. Ah, I know, the teleport sound, the portal sound, it's when you use the Waystone. That's why it sounded so close to me, because it sounds like it's me teleporting, but it's because you're using the Waystone.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of does.
Sand. Lots of sand for you. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Clay? Do you have clay somewhere?
Yeah, it's a pretty reasonable chunk of the islands that we can just level using this.
Can I put clay on your input? Does it
Yes.
go some?
Clay balls is fine. Don't know if I have clay blocks, but I mean, it doesn't matter because if you put something there that's not sorted, it'll just end up in the last chests anyway. And I go through and sort them manually sometimes. Is the fish farm working again, or
I
have you
never looked at it.
checked? Because I know I saw something in the patch notes, and I don't remember if it was 118.2 or if it was for 119, but there was something about fish not spawning on the correct levels, blah blah blah. But I think we concluded that the reason this didn't work is because it's above sea level now, right? So that would mean it won't work unless we lower it into the sea, which we can if you want to keep it.
Well, we'll nuke everything, so we could just build it again.
Well, I won't nuke this far out because it's too much water to clear to get to where the fish farm is. It's basically going another, I don't know, 30-ish blocks the direction we did now. And almost all of that would be water. I'm figuring that in some cases you might be able to just put a static TNT duper on top and let it drop until it's like at bedrock, just not moving, just standing there and dropping straight down, and then do a couple of those because you can build those pretty quickly, and that could remove some of the chunks that we don't want to clear water for.
Yeah.
But you can also just use a beacon, right? And efficiency. The wonderful sound of Enderman dying.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Your stream is very laggy.
Hold on, I can't hear you. I need to kill the hostile creatures. What did you say?
I said your stream is rather laggy.
Is it?
Like I can see.
Huh.
Like I can see it's very framey, like stop motion almost.
Interesting. I mean, YouTube says it's excellent. And I'm pushing at high res. Let me see if I get some frame drops, because I did when I did last week. I checked the. Is this free? Yes, it is. And I have 0 dropped frames in OBS, so I don't know why it would be laggy.
Yeah. Let me put my hole.
I'm leeching. I'm just staying behind you and taking all the XP that you're not sucking up.
Okay, I think everything is done now. Do you grab these things from these barrels?
These things? What are the things?
Ender pearls.
No. I just leave the ender pearls there. Like sometimes when I forget to empty my inventory, I put some in main storage, but have loads and loads. Oh, sorry. We have loads anyway, and you barely use them, or I barely use them, so I haven't really tried to save them.
Yeah, no, I mean it's because it seems like every time I open them, they're empty. So somebody's using them.
Really? There are some empty barrels there, but...
Or maybe I am just dumb, and I open different ones every time.
I was
They're
gonna
always empty.
suggest that that might be what's happening.
Who knows? Who knows?
Me frames. Ugh. So should we take everything that's valuable out of your house?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I probably don't have many valuable things, honestly. And
I mean, I don't know. You have some resources, I know, because I've been here looking for certain things. You have redstone blocks, for example, and some powered rails, and
yeah, but those things can all go to the main storage, right?
yeah, exactly.
If I just put everything on the main storage, we should be fine. Yeah, like we can teach my wife to use the Waystones for sure, and then she can grab those things from there, and it should not be a problem. So I will. Then I will pick everything I can. And there's some random stuff that like enchanted iron boots.
Yeah, I know. I
protection.
didn't take everything because not everything is worth taking, right?
Yeah, I think if it's not worth taking, just leave it because
I did.
I don't care. I really don't care.
But you had like 2 stacks of powered rails, which is always nice, and quite a lot of redstone. And I think there's even more redstone in the mines, if I'm correct.
Yeah, probably. Gunpowder is always good. Oh yeah, now golden nuggets are useful.
Yeah, to some extent at least.
Yeah. Prismarine shards, water bottle. Why do I keep these things? Okay.
I added a limitation on Kim's phone, so it locks at 9 in the evening, which it is now. It's like 3 minutes past. So he can't
Play all time.
nah, he can't use the phone after bedtime. But now he was up here watching a bit, so he got to bed later than he should have. And now he couldn't turn on his book. So
So he can't even read.
I had to turn off the scheduler so he can turn on the book, and then I can turn it on again.
Man, I don't know why do I have so many weird things here.
Weird things are good.
I really need to, organize a little bit. Like I have a choker box with some rails, redstone, and it's like probably something that I used at some point,
Project
right?
box.
Or some project, and then I never looked at it again, and there it is, forever in my inventory, in my ender chest. Why are you here?
I have too many potions. Oh, 0 arrows. Where are all the arrows? Random books. Where do I keep random books? I would say somewhere around here, yes. Here, random books. I can also put away some tools that I don't need.
Okay,
that one.
put this here.
I did a classic when I was mining the other day. I don't remember. I was adventuring, I think, and looking for hearts of the sea. And of course, you have the wrong stupid pick in your hand, and then you pick up your ender chest, and you end up with 8 obsidian.
Damn it.
So you should always have the silky pick in your hand.
Yeah. I didn't count my sponges before, so now I'm gonna go back and see if I didn't leave any.
Wow, you have a lot of random crap in your chests, dude.
Yes. Very efficient.
I don't know. No, not really.
Well, it's like when you play the game without all the fancy things that you had already when I started.
Yeah.
It's different, right?
Yeah. That's for sure.
You want to hoard. Like, maybe one day I will use this thing.
Yeah, you save everything in the beginning, which you probably should. It's like the right strategy anyway, so. I'm in the mines picking up resources. Hey, we have a full stack of fireworks down here.
I have? I don't remember that.
Seems someone has already looted all of the coal here for some weird reason.
Yeah, I have no idea who, right?
Was it me? Well, actually, it was me. Block of that. Block of that. Get all of those.
I guess. Do we need sugar canes?
Do we have, I think maybe... No, I've already taken them. Well, I do have this, so...
Do we want gravel?
Yeah, gravel is good.
Cobblestone? Yeah, whatever. You know, I'll put everything in the input chest anyway, so... Who cares? I don't know why I have the Final Fantasy music in my head today. Like the when you win a battle. I don't know if you ever played it.
I have watched friends play it, but it's, it's ages ago, so I really don't remember anything.
Yeah, it's like dun, 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 dun. Something very...
Yeah, when you win a fight.
Exactly.
I do remember that.
Main storage. Okay.
Wow. You have like an entire chest full of redstone here.
Yes. We have a lot of everything that can be mined, basically.
Yeah.
My wife did a lot of it, so...
Yeah, but this is a ridiculous amount, dude. The fuck?
That's what happens when you mine all the time.
Oh, well, where did you pick that one? I picked one of my project boxes, and of course it was the one with all the records in it, so it was full already. Yes, some of this is probably unnecessary to save, but I'm gonna save it anyway.
That's the spirit.
I'm definitely gonna take all of this redstone, because that's almost an entire shulker box of redstone blocks.
Yeah, we have to always thank Paul.
Yep, for sure. It's an amazing job.
And I mean, if it makes her, happy, that's exactly the perfect reason to do it.
I'm taking some of the furniture as well. You had an ender chest here, for example. I took that. In the mines, I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm also taking all of your powered rails that you started to build a lift out of.
Yeah, I never finished. It's almost like my side project.
Yeah, we can always make a roller coaster if you want to play with powered rails.
Yeah, the storage system is overloaded.
Yeah, well, that will tend to happen, I guess.
Yeah, it is a lot of input.
Yeah, when I have lots of something, I usually put it in the right drawer myself. Need to save a couple of sheep somewhere. I saw you, Chuckles. Come here, let me kill you. Oops. That wasn't Chuckles. We don't talk about Bruno.
You gotta be glad that she's not right here looking.
Well, not all Chuckles on the server are hers, right? The kids have lots. It's definitely only those that I do things with, so don't worry.
It's not me you have to convince, man.
Fair enough. And you didn't sound convinced either, to be honest, so.
Yeah. Okay, so sugarcane. You don't have a sugarcane thing?
Not here, no, because I have the sugarcane farm, and I usually don't bring it here. But there is one for above. Put it in one of the boxes above the rockets, because that's where you're gonna use it anyway, right? So.
Okay, I'll just put it there. I was like, yeah, that's a lot of sugarcane. So,
yeah,
as you have the farm, so you don't need.
Cool.
You're spoiled. Is a crossbow good to use? I've never used a crossbow in this game.
I mean, again, if you have watched Dream, as I told you to many times, in one of the episodes, he like the other hunters are barricading the gate room, so he can't get to the end, basically, because they're all there. And to get through that, he charges up lots and lots of crossbows with fireworks, like firework rockets, and then he like runs into the room and just opens up. And the point is, you can basically hold down the fire button and scroll your scroll wheel. If all of your action bar are crossbows, it will just fire everything.
What?
Yeah, so that's the benefit of crossbows, that you can have them like armed.
It's an artillery.
Yeah.
Like
So you can have them armed, and then you just let loose. You can shoot lots and lots. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's glowing sack. Glowing sack is useful, right?
What's useful?
Or- Glow ink sack.
Yeah, it's in the... Oh, Jesus, come on. No, come back here. They don't have a hitbox for their head. Interesting. I mean, nothing bad happened to any chicken.
Yes, yes. I imagine that's the case. Okay. So do.
Ooh.
This is for gravel, yes. Gravel. And difference for cobblestone. And more things for the.
Should put all of the books up in with the librarians, but the problem is I think it's full. I don't think their boxes are full. I don't think they have room for any more books. Those go there. Oh, wait. I can take that. That's supposed to be in here.
Did you take like the diamonds and things like that? And it's everything.
Oh, I've already moved the diamonds before. They should actually be over here. Aren't they in the bottom one there? Oh, well, I guess. Let me just see. I might have put all of the blocks in my... Yeah, I have 34 diamond blocks in my valuables chest. I think the kids started to take them, and then I took all of them and moved them so they wouldn't just, have a stack of diamond blocks, find a flower, not have any room in their inventory, and throw the diamond blocks on the floor to despawn. Because that would happen.
Yeah, no, I could imagine that happening. It was always a bit like, I hope that she doesn't notice it happens.
Yeah, I saved them.
To check, like, oh, where are my diamonds? There were more.
We've used them all, yes. Definitely.
Yes. She's definitely not a hoarder. Just sounds like one. Let me see if there's anything else that we need.
All right. Have you seen Encanto yet?
Ooh.
Encanto, the kind of
the Disney thing.
Yeah, kind of new Disney movie.
Yeah, I didn't. It's been a while since
it's pretty good.
This Disney movie.
Oh yeah, well, we have kids, so we always see all the new Disney movies, right? Why is rotten flesh in the glass box? It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of things don't make any sense, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's... What? Bit collection block. Well, we do not want that here, do we? Don't want that here either. Who's put them in here? Need to burn those. There is a trash can, by the way. It's outside in the corner. There's a lava source covered with a trapdoor. If you open the trapdoor and you aim in the middle at the top of it, when you throw things out, they basically always end up inside of it. So here. I've needed one lots and lots of times, and I finally made one.
Makes sense.
I think when I was cleaning up something, I don't even remember what now, but I did some cleanup on the server, and I ended up with... Yeah, I was cleaning out the random drawers at the end of the sorting system, where all of the stuff that's unsorted end up. And lots of it is like, crappy leather armor and stuff that you don't want. So I had an inventory or two full of those kinds of things.
Garbage.
And I wanted to purge them. So then I finally got a trash can so I could get rid of them.
Makes sense.
Yeah, right. This one. So one thing is a bit weird with chests, I think. If you have a stack already of something in the chest, but it's further down, if you get more items of that thing, it won't stack. It will create a new stack at the end, and then, at the first available slot, basically from the top left to the bottom right, instead of filling the stack that's already there. I guess that's also something you could probably tweak.
Yeah. Interesting.
What is?
Yeah, I thought I could just put a clock in the wall, but I guess you need an item frame.
Item frame, yeah.
Yeah, I did not have an item frame.
Okay, do we have any? Yeah, we have lots of paper.
Do you have a chest? Do you have an item frame place here? Item frame. Item frame. Yeah, I will put the clock here. There you go. Good enough.
Refilling the rocket supply. Should probably go check the creeper farm. See if we have more gunpowder waiting. There's a great feature when trading, like if you trade and you run out, like you say you want to buy, you have 12 books, like empty books, and you want to buy 12 enchanted books from one of the villagers. If you put an entire stack of diamonds into the trading slot and then like shift click on the output, if the book is expensive, say it's like 57 emeralds, which is an actual price they can have. I don't know if it goes even higher, but say it's 57 emeralds. Your stack of emeralds is just 64, right? So you will only be able to buy one book before that stack is too low to pay for another book. But
Yeah.
the trading window has a feature where you can press space and it will basically refill all of the materials. It's the same if you're selling, say you're selling potatoes and they buy like 23 potatoes for 1 emerald. And then when you press space, you will just refill the potatoes again so you can sell more, which is a great feature. The question is, why don't they have this for the crafting table? Because it would be an equally great feature there, right? Like now I'm crafting rockets. So I press the rocket recipe and I can only craft like 1 stack of gunpowder and 1 stack of paper at a time. If I could just press space to refill the last recipe and then like shift click, it would go so much quicker to craft things.
Yeah. I would say it's even more useful, right? Because you
do that a lot more.
Yeah, for trading, it's like unless you have farms of villagers.
Well, you do. Let's face it.
Well, yeah, but still, until you get there, you'll already have used the damn crafting table hundreds of times.
Yeah. Yeah, you use the crafting table a lot more, that's for sure. That one. If I remember correctly, you can do this. Just have to aim for something that's... Yes, right, great. I have the silk touch pick and I'm trying to break blocks. Just going to the smelter, I have a lot of raw copper that I can get rid of. Those do not belong there. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
my my phone fell on the keyboard, and suddenly I have like replay something mark has been recorded. I was like, what?
You hit M. I'm guessing.
Yeah, how do I remove those?
You don't. You can just ignore it. It's just in the replay mod. It will put a mark on the timeline, so you can, if something happens when you're playing and you want to be able to find that point in the replay later, you can just press M to put a mark on the timeline. But the point is, if you use Lightmatica, Lightmatica, you use M a lot, right? You press M a lot when you want to open things, like open the menu, which means that when I build things with Lightmatica, it places lots and lots of those marks in the timeline, which makes them kind of useless. I mean, I should definitely rebind that key to something else, so that's not a problem, but yeah, I haven't, not yet.
Yeah, so can you move around a little bit? I'm gonna record with my phone just so you can see how the stream looks.
Yeah, well, hopefully the stream will also be shit when I rewatch it after, right? I usually check pieces of it.
Yeah.
Where are you then? Or are you doing the Tweakeroo free cam?
No, I'm just using my phone. I am by the Waystone.
Yeah, because you said, can you move around a bit? But you need to be able to see me to be able to...
Oh no, I wanted to show you on my YouTube thing, you know?
Yeah.
I can see your camera, and it's very laggy.
I mean, it is semi-laggy, so...
That's the price of the Mac.
I would say the surprise of OBS in this case. I would guess that most people who complained about this on the forums were using Windows, just statistically.
Yeah, definitely. What is this? Oh, it's a sticker. No, I need to upload a file. Oh, fuck. How do I upload a file? Oh. Of course you dummy. Like, use Discord on the damn phone. Screw you. He wants me to pay to send you a file because it's bigger than 8 megabytes. Fuck you.
Who wants to do that?
Discord.
Send it on Slack instead then.
It's like, well, even I don't know. Maybe Slack will complain too.
No, it shouldn't. Well, I mean, no guarantees, I guess, but... Is Snowpiercer has Snowpiercer ended?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I'm probably going to give up on it.
When I oops, sorry.
I think they didn't go on a great route now, and yeah, I just I felt like I was like watching it just because I don't want to leave it unfinished.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So I'm
Okay,
no.
that's too bad. I mean, I think the first 2 seasons were very good. Ah, stupid wings. Yeah, about the shoppiness, that's about how shoppy it is for me as well. So that is an accurate representation of the frame rate I'm having. So that's what I'm going to try to fix, but I'm not sure how.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I'm already using like sodium and all of the performance enhancing drugs that you can with
Yeah,
with this.
I didn't even know they existed. I guess it makes sense, right?
Okay. Oh, yeah, right. I was going to visit the creeper farm, which isn't. I mean, it's not technically even working anymore, but it seems to like spawn enough creepers to keep us in rockets anyway. Oh, it's not that much actually. Because the issue is, I think there are no cats in it anymore. Oh, it's a creeper. 2 creepers. Thank you for your donation, dear creepers. Yeah, exactly. So the problem isn't really that no creepers are spawning, because they are, but there are no cats here, so they're not scaring them into the middle, which means they're just like loitering in the center chamber and then randomly falling into the middle sometimes.
Yeah.
Wow, actually quite often, because I've had 5 so far just in a 30 seconds I've been here. It's interesting.
I mean, if you make a clock that shows random times, they will still be right a lot of times.
That would be literally the worst clock in the world.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. There's no denying it.
No. Not smithing table, please. Yep. That's some more rockets for us. Is this my box of random stuff, or is it yours?
I think it's your.
It might well be. I'm cleaning it up anyway, so. Okay,
Are you
so.
muted on your stream?
Sorry, what?
Are you muted on your stream?
Am I muted on my stream? No. Well, I hope not. Why?
Because I can't hear you.
Well, you could hear me in your recording at least. Well, maybe that
Yeah,
wasn't the stream. Maybe that was just me.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove the sound from Discord. How do I do that?
Options show on display 3. Well, I'm not muted in OBS. Shows my mic level, so shouldn't be. Hopefully I'm not muted. If I am, I don't know what I can do about it, because...
No, it's right. It's right. It's because for some reason my computer is on the headsets and the Minecraft isn't. So you were showing up in the headset.
Yeah, I had lots of fun trying to fix those kind of things as well. Because maybe I mentioned last time, but OS X does not have a virtual interface, like sound interface. So if you want to record your actual audio, you have to get one.
Oh. And by the way, I tested and I can hear myself though. And I hate that because my voice is horrible.
You can hear yourself on the stream, you mean?
Yeah. I put my head.
Well,
and it's a little bit delayed, right? So I can hear myself in the past saying something.
It's too bad. It's like too late to do anything about it at that point.
Yeah. I need to work on my diction. I mean, I think it's fine when I know what I'm gonna talk, but when I'm free, thinking about talking as I think, it just sounds horrible.
I know. I mean, I have listened to myself a lot this week since I've done lots of test recordings and stuff to fix the audio. And I agree. The most funny thing was that my pronunciation in English is actually way worse when recorded than what it sounds like in my head.
Yeah, that's.
And I don't mean like in my head as in how I think I sound, but actually the acoustics of it in my head sounds a lot better than me recorded listening back to myself. So now I'm gonna have to work on my pronunciation because apparently I suck. I just didn't know. What is that? Is that a bridge made out of target blocks? I mean, honestly, what's wrong with these people? This is what I mean. Like, that bridge could just as well have been done with diamond blocks.
Oh man, there are so many of those.
Many of
These target blocks. Like, look around. Look to your left. They built things. I don't know what these things are, but there are a lot of them. Almost
yeah.
all.
Wow,
With...
why have they used target blocks for this? Jesus. Why?
We were like bridges of target blocks, and I couldn't see any. And then I free cammed. Yes. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Don't die.
Hopefully not. Like, these squids are the worst. they always just kill themselves. This is Dees and Idun, I guarantee it. Only they would be building like towering with target blocks. And this is exactly what would happen with the diamond stuff, right? They would find the diamonds, they would use them, and then when they needed blocks sometime, they would just like pick those. Because why not? They're blocks. I need blocks.
Yes.
Yay. Ugh. If you have your hoe on you, I think they are insta-break with the hoe, if I remember correctly.
Well, I will get it because this is it's faster to get.
And it's because they're basically hay bales, right?
Yes, they are instant breakable.
I'm actually gonna go one further. I'm gonna say it's D. Did you just kill yourself by flying into the wall?
Yeah, I guess I did.
Noob.
Definitely. Where did I spawn? Oh, crap.
Did you do the thing I always do? I'm standing next to your gravestone. I forget to eat, so you jump around and do things like this, and you take a little bit of damage, a little bit of damage, and then finally you take a little bit of damage with no health left, and then you die. I do that a
Yeah,
lot.
it was worse than that because I think I was full health. Because
Wow.
I had almost died before, and then I ate to get some health back. I just wanted to grab some target blocks that were
Yeah, that were floating on the stones.
floating around, and then I used the rocket. I got them, and then I 180 degrees with my mouse and went straight into the wall. Oh crap! Now I can't jump 3 blocks without hurting myself. Now let's keep that in mind. And you don't have the boots,
I don't have what?
the feather falling boots.
All right, yeah, that's true. When you're naked and running back. The other classic is you respawn at a castle, and then you run over the edge, and on the way down you realize you don't have an elytra right now. I have done that more than once.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting little base. Are you here?
Dude, I'm on top of you, but I don't know how I can get down here.
Oh,
without
you're
dying.
there. If you jump, oh, it's maybe too far. Ender pearl, man. You need an ender pearl.
Yeah, I have some on my body.
I can do some grave robbing. Well, if you can get down here, jump into the niche in the wall to your right, yeah. That's only like 5 blocks. Well, that's more than 5 blocks. Here, there's a bridge here. You can take that.
Okay. Let me
Frames. See, I mean,
Did I?
really, it's a lot more skillful to play the game like I'm doing with all the frame drops. Because when you have a good frame rate, it's a lot easier to land and stuff. So I don't really know why people complain about low frames. Just to show off my skill. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm okay. No, I don't care about I think we got all the target blocks. Where do you store them?
In the redstone box.
Is it sort?
Yeah. It sorts like all of the common stuff. The things that aren't sorted are things that we never get like even a full stack of normally. And those I haven't added yet. Yellow concrete. Yeah, that's the giveaway. Disa likes the yellow concrete, so I'm gonna put my money on her. I'm also putting my money on her being the one that pushed me off the edge. I was thinking first when I watched it back that it might have been a cat that walked across the keyboard, right? It's so
Yeah.
random to start walking, like strafing left, but then the hand was flailing on the way down, which means someone was also pressing the
Yeah.
mouse, and that kind of gives it away. Then it's not a cat.
Unless the cat literally like sat on the clicking thing
But
at the
but
same.
it's too far. It's like 45 centimeters between the mouse and the A key. So wow, Kim, why have you used like a billion iron blocks? I'm at the game's former TNT cannon thing, breaking it down for materials.
Yeah, he liked his like, I don't know. I guess that's like futuristic raw metal.
Yeah, I
Everything.
think it's more that like he got 3 shulker boxes of iron or something, and then he just built with it because he had lots of it.
Not wrong. They never faced scarcity of resources now, so that's the problem.
No, exactly. There is always more in main storage.
They got spoiled.
Yep. Well, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, you provide.
Well, I wouldn't unless I thought it was fun to make all the farms and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, the redstone here is needlessly complicated.
Well, he probably knows more redstone than I do, so.
Yeah, he's learning. He spent today trying to build a TNT cannon, but he wanted it to use TNT minecarts instead of normal TNT. He experimented with that in creative for quite a while. I think he concluded that you can't because the TNT minecarts explode no matter what they hit, even if they only hit water. Because he tried to catch it and get it into a water stream so he could like store the activated minecarts and then push them away using TNT. I don't know why he wanted to do that because they don't really do any more damage than normal TNT. The only benefit, if it had worked, would have been that they would explode on impact, which normal TNT doesn't. So maybe that's why. But I don't care. I mean, it's good that he's trying to learn and not give up. He had some... It's a TNT thing, right? Like, obviously you're gonna blow it up when you try to build it. That's just how it goes. So he had a fair amount of false starts where he blew up his contraption. But he didn't give up, which is great, because normally that's what he does when things don't work out. This is like parenting. You spend all your time cleaning up after your kids.
Yeah.
Oh, my frames. Yeah, like right now, it's a new graphics card sounds like a great idea. If I knew it would solve my problems, I might go for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like OBS needs a lot of tinkering, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna read up more. It's probably
because
things
I'm
you can do.
for sure that for CS:GO my hardware should work. Like if it was for a new game, like Escape from Tarkov or something like that. Those games are very much heavy on the resource side. But CS:GO is a fucking 20-year-old game. It's like,
It's the same with
it should.
Minecraft. It's old enough, and this computer is new enough that shouldn't really be an issue. Like this is. I heard there's a skeleton horse in that mushroom. Of course, there's a skeleton horse in the mushroom. Why wouldn't there be? Don't break his tank, because I think he wants to keep that one. It's the one next to us that looks almost the same.
Just grabbing some iron that fell off before it despawns. I am probably more paranoid than I should be that things will just despawn.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes is pretty long actually, but I tend to be kind of paranoid as well. It'll be interesting to see how many iron blocks this was when we're done.
Let's guess. I guess maybe
Like,
6 stacks.
I was gonna say 6 stacks actually, because I think that's about right.
Okay.
What?
So
No, come back here. So I guess no fun then. We're both guessing the same thing.
yes. I can't make fun of you if you miss the other way around.
I'll go a bit higher than I'll say 7 stacks. So at least there is the possibility of one of us. Well, I guess guaranteed that one of us will be right and the other one will be wrong. Or at least one will be closer. Why is there like snow here? So weird. It's like full of snow and sand. And this is another like, why did someone use snow blocks for this? Yeah, use the thing that you have to have a special tool to break so it doesn't disappear, and that you have to get in a different biome.
Yeah.
It's not late for you.
It's not. Just
Hard week.
yeah. This week I am going to do a freaking the project that was being done for ages is now finally going to actually happen. So first thing in the morning, Monday, I will be migrating production sites to it. And yeah.
What? There's a double chest full of snowballs here. You should never do this. Like every time you start looking around in the things that they have built, it's just so weird.
What? Oh yeah, rubber.
Okay, let's see. That's all of it, right?
Oh, I think we're both way off.
Oh yeah. Wow, this is well.
So
I have
1, 2,
I
3,
have 8.5 stacks.
Yeah, I have 7.5. So we're so off. It's not
You
even
can
fun.
put it in here, I think. It's a bit more than 6 stacks.
I think we underestimate how many blocks things go.
Yeah, I know it's hard. White carpet. Oh, that's snow.
Okay, so let me put everything that I also have here. So pistons.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Can I craft these into something more reasonable, please?
Oh, the horse just came out, I guess.
What?
Or is he? Yeah.
There's a horse in the mushroom.
Yeah, but it was. Oh, it's on top. Okay.
It's.
There's one entrance, and I thought it was on this entrance, but it has a second floor, and that's where the horse is.
Yep. It's Eden's.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, if she got it from me, cause she wanted one.
Hello.
So it's a sign in the down here that says, "Peter, I love you." It's my my brother, but he doesn't play on the server, so I don't know how they thought he was going to see it. Still very cute.
Yeah, definitely.
Empty shulker. I usually just take a look around because they take some really expensive things sometimes. Always go through their boxes to see. Oh, it's a second floor. Nice. I think Eden built this? Or is it Kim that built it for her? Don't remember. Oh. Yeah, right now my frames are somewhere else. They are definitely not here. It's painful.
Yeah, I can see it, man. I can literally see it as it happens. No, no.
And it's so inconsistent, you know? Like I'm not doing anything different now than I did just before. I have 15 FPS, 17. And before I had 40. So it's
Yeah,
completely random.
this is giving me vibes from when I had the garbage computers.
Are you calling my computer garbage?
Well, it's behaving like a garbage computer. You can't deny that.
That's mean. Jungle planks. Where did I get the dirt block? Lots of iron. Let's put that back where it belongs. That's not it. Here we go. Better. more snow stuff. What do you do with snow layers? You can shovel them, you get snowballs, I think, because I don't need snow layers for anything. And I have a lot all of a sudden. Yes. Oh. No, that's not where that goes. It goes here. Okay. Shall we call it a night? Ugh. So I can go Google why my computer doesn't like me anymore. Maybe I should buy a Windows computer. I hear all the gamers have those.
No, just Linux, man. Minecraft.
Well, I mean, honestly,
it actually runs on Java, man. Like literally, it works the same way everywhere. It's crap everywhere.
yeah, true. I mean, the question is, if I dual boot to Linux and run it there, will it work any better? Because like OBS is the same there, and I have all the resources and stuff, so it would be a relatively easy job to migrate and dual boot for the streaming. So I don't mind doing that. The question is, would it actually like improve the situation? And also, how can I find out if it would without having to like install completely OS and dual boot to find out? So yeah.
Yeah, that's the tricky question. I use OBS all the time on Linux because you know, I do screen recordings and things like that for work. But and it works perfectly. You know, I have never seen any problem. But it would still work on Windows because it's not gaming, right? The problem is the games and running the games. So
yeah,
I'm
gonna close the stream now, and then we can see how many frames I get, because I have around between 10 and 15 FPS right now. Oh, 8, sorry. 8 and 15 apparently.
Oh my god, yeah. I can actually